Hello, my name is Christopher Kraft, and today I want to teach you a simple cooking guide to how to make eggs. Now, that sounds very simple, but I have a different version that I've discovered, and it's helped me kind of get over that egg fatigue, so I wanted to share. It's quick, it's simple, and it's easy to make, and hopefully you enjoy it.
For this recipe, you're gonna need heavy whipping cream, you're gonna need onion powder, you're gonna need your pepper and your salt. I personally like to add this Parmesan and herb spice mix right here, and also this everything bagel seeds. You're also gonna need American cheese and your eggs and something to mix and cook this recipe. So the first step to this recipe is we're gonna wanna take our eggs and we're gonna wanna put it into the bowl. That way that we can get this started, everything all nice and well. Now after we do that, we're gonna wanna whisk it, that way we can be able to kind of measure out the rest of the things. Now when I did this, I don't typically like to measure, I like to play it by eye, but that way it makes it a little bit easier and not so technical and more dishes to wash, so it just makes things just a little bit more easy. You don't have to go too crazy with it, enough to where the yolks aren't visibly there. So now, what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna grab the heavy whipping cream and we're gonna pour it in so we can see it just a little bit start to show up on the egg. About that much. Then that's when we put in all the spices and we put in the mixes. So we have salt here, we put in, put a little bit of pepper. Next, we're gonna wanna grab our onion powder. I'll pour just a little bit in there because typically it likes to be very strong. It's giving me a hard time, it's all stuck at the bottom. Pour a little bit in there. Grab your Parmesan mix. You want to make sure you have it on the right side so the whole thing doesn't fall out. Want to put in a little bit of the sesame seeds. Oh my god. And yeah, that's it. So next thing what we want to do is we want to whisk it all together. That way all of the elements are combined and they're nice and distributed in the process. Now this one I like to whisk thoroughly because typically it takes a little bit extra time for the egg and the heavy whipping cream to mix, so it takes a little bit more effort, so I like to whisk it until I can't see the white separated from the yolks. When you do this, typically the yolk will get a lot lighter in color, but that's okay. That means it's doing its job, it's doing the right thing. So when we're done, we want it to kind of look something like this, where we can see all of the different mixes and herbs and spices all in there, and then at that point we're going to go over to the pan and we're going to start cooking it. So now that we have our mix nice and ready, we're going to grab a bit of either butter or pan, whatever works for you, that way that the eggs don't stick to the pan. I want to give it a nice little spray, and what we're going to want to do, I'm going to turn it on to around 6, that way it cooks nice and fast while allowing you time to still kind of work on our other things. We're gonna pour the whole egg mix in there, make sure we don't leave any drops out. It's very good. Now while we wait for that to cook, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our bread and toast that we're gonna eat along with this, and then, yeah, that's it. So whatever bread that you use is good for the toast. You can pick your poison pretty much, but I just use Nature Oats, and we're just gonna wanna put that in there for a little bit. That way, while our eggs are cooking, our bread can also start to get toasted, and that way the food isn't cold. Multitask, get it done. That way, we can enjoy a nice hot breakfast instead of cold, sad meal, like I've done many times. Now with our eggs here, they're going to be cooking for a little bit, so we want to grab a spatula or something like that. Losing it for a second. We want to just kind of start having it go around here. That way we don't have any like omelet type meal. We want kind of scrambled eggs. The heat is too low and you want to go a little bit faster, we can move it up to 8. That way it cooks nice and fast. Typically, you know when it starts cooking because you'll start to smell the onion powder and all like the herbs that you put in there kind of hit the air, which is very nice. It's very, very, very good smelling, and I'm kind of running out of things to say because this is taking a gajillion years to do. But yeah, I'm just gonna time lapse it until it actually starts clumping together. Now right at this point, you're going to want to start to put your American cheese in there. That way that the eggs can incorporate with cheese. That way you can also get a nice cheesy flavor alongside with your eggs. It's very good, very nice, delicious. Put it right over on top of your pile and then kind of break it apart and start mixing it in together. That way you can incorporate a little bit of extra flavor in there, along nice cheesy flavor with the onion. Mixed very well together. Now you can do this part with the cheese. You can put it when you first put it in, or you can put it in right kind of as the eggs are forming together. It depends if you want your eggs to kind of be more clumped together or if you want the cheese to be more incorporated inside of it. It kind of depends on how you prefer it, but either way is good. Both come out delicious. So now that our cheese and our eggs are incorporated together, now we're gonna move this over to our plate, and we're gonna turn off the oven right now because we're gonna be doing something else. Now we're gonna wanna pour our eggs onto our plate. We can put it on whatever side that we prefer. I'm gonna section off into a third. That way we can fit all three of our items in here. So here is our first plate done. Now we're gonna work on our second dish, which is toast. Now with our toast done, we're gonna grab the two pieces and we're gonna bring it over to our plate. Now I typically like to have my toast a little bit more toasty, a bit more crunchy. I prefer the taste of that a lot better. But like I said, a lot of this is up to you based on preferences and how you like your eggs textured or your bread. But overall, as you kind of like the same product, just to your preferences. So now we're gonna we're gonna butter our toast, and yeah. Now that our toast is done, we're gonna work on the final part of this meal, which is your preferred breakfast meat. Now for me, my favorite breakfast meat is salami. If you get it nice and crispy, it's perfect. But ham can work for this, bacon can work for this, or any other breakfast meat that you have in the morning. It will work perfectly with this, but for me, and for the sake of this example, we're going to use salami. Now I typically like to have 2 salamis here. They're both nice, cut thick from your local Publix. Shout out, you know I'm not getting paid for the sponsor. But what we're going to want to do is we're going to turn on our pan to the highest setting it can possibly be. And we're going to want to respray it since it was used in the eggs and it lost maybe some of its stick. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place them down and we're just going to let it cook. Now that these are both nice and crispy, we're going to take them over to our plate. Now for the most important part of this whole entire job, we need to fix our beverage. Now, if you're anything like me and you can't stomach coffee and you're trying to find, oh, what drink can I drink that's delicious and easy to make, I have a great answer for you, and it's chocolate milk. Chocolate milk is literally the best breakfast drink ever. I've been drinking it since I was pretty much the age of 2, and it's been a great morning drink. Never fails, never let me down, and it's super simple to make. All you need is milk and chocolate powder. That's it, or chocolate syrup, whatever floats your boat. But here's how you make it. It's very simple, very easy. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your cup, get your powder, you're gonna open up the powder or the syrup, however you go about it. I like to do 2 scoops and a half, or like a quarter. Perfect ratio right there. And then what you're gonna do, get your milk, pour it in the cup, fill it to your heart's desire. Typically, I like to put on the rim. Then, the hardest part of it all, grab your spoon and stir. That's it. So you want to stir it so the powder from the bottom is mixed in with the milk at the top, until you have this nice, light, perfectly chocolate brown chocolate milk. And that, my friends, is how you make an easy and delicious breakfast, all without breaking the bank.
I am a terrible cook, and even I can make this. You don't have to be Gordon Ramsay. It's simple, it's easy, and hopefully you can give it a try and be able to enjoy your eggs once again. Thank you very much.